Welcome, everyone. This is Coaching in Session. My name is Michael Rearden, and I will be your mindset coach today. And today we're going to be talking about gratitude, being thankful, looking at what happened this past year on Coaching in Session. Not so much of a rewind episode, but an understanding episode, because a lot has happened this year, 2023, and many people are still in the same predicament they were in the beginning of the year, maybe even in a worse one. Well, what happens in our day? We want to do some great things in our life. There's no doubt about it. I know if you're listening to this, you want some goodness in your life. You want something to change. But there's a reason why your life is not changing. It could be an outside factor, but most likely it's an inside factor. You are the person who is the key to the locked doors. You are the person who can make everything in your life possible. It's a notion that not many people want to partake in, because 100% of the accountability is on you. 100% of the actions you have to take. There's no waiting. There can be no waiting. And each and every day we have a blessing. Today is a blessing. Today is a new day to be grateful, a new day to find purpose and to find meaning and fulfillment. If you are thinking that life is just another day, it's going to be another Tuesday, it's going to be another year coming up, no wonder why you're not taking action. There's something that you have to do. Maybe not for me. If you do it for me, thank you. But it's more for yourself. What typically stops people's fear? Fear is what stops people from taking action, from picking up the phone call, from moving, whatever that be. Fear is the determining factor. If you want to be successful, we have been talking about success quite a bit on the podcast because we are a personal development podcast. We help people understand their mindset, how to take action. Yes, we do it through coaching. Yes, we do it through mentorship. Yes, we do it through our blogs and our motivational content, our videos. But at the end of the day, it is to fill you up so you can get to your destination. I cannot carry you to where you want to be in life. Even if I did, you would not find meaning. You would not be grateful for it. Though we give ourselves the notion that we will. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Tomorrow we're going to be maybe around some very nice family members and we're going to have some good times. And if you like football, maybe watch the game. And you're going to have an opportunity to slow down time for a moment. And you can look around and you can say, wow, this is something else. Maybe it's the first Thanksgiving you're having with someone. Maybe it's the last. We don't know. But what we can say is that today, or tomorrow rather, regardless of the day, it's just that on Thanksgiving, typically, we are more focused on gratitude, being thankful, because we have an opportunity to slow down. We get to say, what are we thankful for? When the food is prepared and served, you can say, hey, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for the people around me, for the family members, for my clients, for my supporters, for my listeners, you. All of the people that are in your life, and you might not think about them all the time because you have your own issues. You have your own problems. You have your own insecurities. You have your own fears and doubts, and you're trying to get ahead. But that's a scarcity mindset. We need to start to live in abundance because we have an opportunity to look at our table. Now, our table might not have much this year. We might have maybe some rolls, maybe some stuffing, maybe some turkey, and that might be it. If we look back, maybe we had years that were better, more plentiful. But what's stopping us from making next year the most plentiful year? Action. We do have to learn how to push ourselves in the moments of fear, of the moments of anxiety, of the moments when we feel like we're not enough, because our mind is going to constantly berate us, telling us why we can't do things or that we shouldn't do things. And that is what fear is. It's stopping you from greatness. It's stopping you from being reflective in what's happening in your life and in the world. Because if you can start to see the little things around you, then you can start to look around and add up those things, and then they could be the big things later on. Because you might think that sitting down with your family is a small thing until your family is gone or till you lose somebody And then you look back and you say, that was the big thing. There are moments in our life that we belittle until there is a moment in our life where we will want nothing else but that last moment, the moment we thought was insignificant. And though we think on a small scale, our actions today, this minute, this hour, this week, this month, this year, what have we done to challenge ourselves in those moments? What have we done to look at our life in a way that, hey, I understand that this is going to be something I have to go through. Let me go through it. Let me appreciate it. Let me relish in this moment. Not many people will. So when we look at what we're thankful for this year, we can be thankful for our partners, our spouse. We can be thankful for our parents, for our children, for our job. But why not be thankful to ourselves and how far we have come this year if you have come far? Maybe you have fallen off the track. Now you can be grateful for understanding, for a mindfulness and awareness to that situation that you're in. It is a situation. Because if you think for a moment that you are just in this circumstance because of happenstance, you truly don't understand your power. I understand it's not easy to be successful in sometimes our way of what success is. Because sometimes we can say success is what we have. But then sometimes we can say success is this grandiose dream that we all envision to win the lotto and to be this rich and famous person, this celebrity, and to live in mansions and to ride yachts and in supercars all day. That could be your ambition, but it might not be your reality yet. You need to surround yourself with strong, supportive people, people who care about you, people who are not going to simply take. I always say, when it comes to understanding who should be in your life, when you make it, it's easier to identify those people. However, we do have to do our work and identify those people before we make it. What are some ways that we know that these people are for us? Well, if you have a business, if you're starting a new venture, a new idea, you might pitch it to someone. And I understand money can be a problem. It's not about the money. It's about the effort. Because I can have a business for 5 years, which I have, and my family might have never supported me. They might have never watched or shared any of my videos. They might have not gave me a recommendation, or to gave me some encouragement, or to gave me some feedback, or to invest in the company. I mean, it doesn't have to be money. It could be a like. It could be a share. It could be a text saying, hey, I love what you did on that episode, right? It could be that small. But when it comes to our families, it's almost like it doesn't happen. They have their own life. I understand. I understand they have their own life. But you have to understand, when you are finally there at the top, is your life their life all of a sudden? Are they expecting you to take care of everything? Are they expecting you to give them handouts when they weren't even willing to give you a like or a share? Things that cost no money. Sometimes it's the little things that can make us aware to the big picture. The big picture is that not everyone is going to have the same level of anticipation for you. Meaning they might be anticipating your failure rather than your success. Those people we can be thankful for also on this day, because it's an awareness. It's a weight off our shoulders. And I am not in the business of giving people fish when I can teach them how to fish. My job is to teach people how to fish, not give them fish. Because if you're going to have the mindset of give me, let me sit at your table, let me eat your food, but you're not willing to put in the work, then I already know you're not the person that needs to be in my life. We have to know who we surround ourselves with at all times. I talked about it on the podcast many times. It's so important. Look at some of the people who have done great things in their life. They had a partner. They had a brother or sibling like Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate. We look at Conor McGregor and his wife. We look at Alex Hormozy and his wife. This man was poor. He didn't have anything to his name. He was trying. But the wife stayed with him. But yet today, the mindset is so different in people. I was watching a video the other day to understand exactly what is the current mindset of individuals, especially ladies. There was a lady who didn't have much. And so there was a man who took her in, clothed her, gave her a roof, food, put her through nursing school. Well, eventually this man fell on hard times. He lost everything. You know what that woman did? That woman left him. And she said, I'm not going to be taking care of no man, after the man took care of her. So we live in a very one-sided society almost, where we think, we assume, oh, you're doing this for me, and the moment you don't do this for me, then it's not going to be a good relationship. If I'm doing something for someone and all of a sudden I stop and that relationship ends, I know it wasn't a good relationship. I know they don't belong at my table. And so I want you to be very aware this week, this next month, maybe even all of 2024. I want you to be aware of who is in your life. We've talked about the people you keep around us, but I want you to start to give more thanks to the people who should be in your life, because it's going to only promote yourself. You might think that, I'm being thankful to this person and it detracts from me, but it's actually going to give back. It's like an investment. When you tell someone, hey, thank you for being there for me, thank you for supporting me, it is so much more powerful. Because in our mind, when we get that good feeling of, wow, I just supported this person, we're going to give more good energy to that person. And it might not be financial. Again, get money out of your mind. It's the effort. It's the ambition. It's the energy to do that. Our social media is very simple nowadays, right? You press like, you press share, you retweet, you add a comment, you requote, whatever it is. And that is what people are acclimated to. Quick responses. But when you're building this network of trust, this network of gratitude in your mind and the people around you, it takes time to build. If you have a business partner, or if you have a client, if you're a coach or something like that, you can't expect that they're going to trust you from day one. You have to build the trust. And even looking back at my teaching career, students didn't trust me in the beginning. I had to build that trust. And I'm talking about from elementary school, middle school, high school, when I was a swim coach. The trust had to be built. This was not something as, oh, since I'm the teacher, they're going to automatically trust me. Oh, because I'm their family member, they should automatically trust me. Or they should automatically support me. No one owes you anything. You get what you earn. But many people are not willing to put themselves out there to earn anything besides a check, besides a 9-to-5, besides what they're given. How can we start to reclaim what is truly ours in our world? Our dignity, our happiness, our ambition. Where is that? Where has that gone? Why has that fallen to the wayside? Why have you not been more pronounced in your days? Why have you not been pushing yourself? And why have you not been figuring out what you need to do each and every day to get a little bit further ahead? It might be a book. It might be getting a coach. It might be getting rid of the people in your life that don't matter. It might be paying attention to what is in your life right now. Everyone thinks that, oh, once this happens, then this will be better. Or the grass is going to be better on the other side. Or they look at someone else's life and they say, oh, you have it so good, you don't understand. I understand quite well. I might understand better than you think. Because when we live in our own situation and when we live in our mind, we think that we are the victims. Yet we have the opportunity. We can be the opportunist to take action, to win every single moment. But yet we choose to allow fear to dictate how we feel, how we act, how we think. How can we get out of that mindset? How can we start to think in a more thankful way? Well, apply some gratitude. Apply a little bit of acknowledgement. Maybe start with someone around you. Do something for someone else. It doesn't have to be big. If you see someone is supporting you, why not support them back? It doesn't have to be money. If you have a little business and someone gave you a like, comment, send them a message. Hey, thank you so much for that like. If you have a moment where you can call someone who has been in your life, think of mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, an aunt, an uncle, a distant cousin, whoever. Why not rekindle that relationship to see where it stands? Because I can guarantee you, when you make it big, everybody is coming out of the woodworks. People who you might not have talked to or spoke to in 15 years saying, hey, you remember me? Oh yeah, I remember you. How can I help you? Well, I'm in hard times right now. Can you help out? And you're going to have a sense of guilt. You're going to have a sense of abundance too. But if you instill the bad habit of giving to people who are not deserving, they're going to think they deserve what you're giving. We do have to be cognizant of that. How do you find out who should be in your circle? This is one of the most difficult things I think a person has to go through. The first thing I'm going to say is you have to journal. Write down all of the things you're happy for, grateful for, all of the things you're ambitious for, your goals, your dreams, aspirations, whatever. And then I want you to write down a list of people who have helped you accomplish what you just wrote. Your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, your purpose, your happiness, whatever, right? Who helped you? You're going to find out that list is not long. Maybe 2 people, maybe 3. Maybe you're fortunate and you have a whole family that supported you. We all support people in different ways. It might just be a moment, or it could be a lifetime. Think of a parent. A parent is going to sacrifice for their child for as long as they live. I understand that some parents can fall off track later on in life. I've seen it happen. There was a guy, I think he's a YouTuber or something. He had bought his parents like a big house, different cars, Range Rovers, Lamborghinis, Mercedes-Benz, or whatever. And so one day the mom texts the son saying, hey, your father needs a new car. And the father already has, I think, 3 or 4 cars. The son was like, oh yeah, you're right, because the dad didn't want to put any miles on his Lamborghini. Okay, now you see where we're going, right? And what happened was the son was like, okay, sure, I'll get you like a little Audi or whatever. And he does. And then he realizes, wait, how many cars did I get them? And then he basically just kind of laughed it off as like, I think I spoiled my parents, which is what a child should aspire to be or to do for their parents. However, we do that with not an understanding or a true understanding of the consequence or the circumstance. Because if you lost it all, would they blame you? If you lost it all, would they be upset? Would they help you get it back? Not many people would. So we do have to look at the different aspects when it comes to being thankful, when it comes to being grateful, when it comes to understanding who is around us, what is around us, our situation, our effort, our action. All of it plays a role into who we can become. And so on this day and on this month and on this rest of the year and maybe even going into 2024, understand that there's an opportunity for you to look at your life, to look at the good. Look at the good first, because sometimes if you look at the bad, it just stops you from taking action. Look at the good first, maybe relish in that good. Think about that good for maybe a day or 2. And then look at the areas in your life where you're not showing up. You're going to start to take some action. You're going to take some meaningful action. You might say, you know what? I'm not making enough calls. I'm not calling the right people. I'm not meeting the right people, because at the end of the day, who you know is powerful. So build the networks, build the systems, right? You need a system. If you don't have a system for your business, build a system of how you can make this work for you. Many people think that success is just something that falls into their lap. Success has to be, or true success, great success. Like I'm talking about like the higher echelons of success. That is going to require work. It's going to require some effort, a huge amount of consistency, discipline. Do you have it? And if you don't have it, how can you get it? This is going to be something that you have to navigate through. And most people are not going to sit down and journal. Most people are not going to sit down and do the work to figure out who should be in their life and what they should be thankful for and what they should be going after and what type of fears are stopping them from reaching their true success and their glory. Most people are not going to do the work, but at least you know. At least now you have an opportunity to give some awareness to the areas in your life that you're not showing up. So if you want to show up in life, if you're ready to make a change, you can do it yourself. You can do exactly what I said here on this podcast, here on this episode. You can maybe change your life. But most people are not going to do it because they need some skin in the game. People come to me and they say, hey, Michael, how'd you do this? Can you teach me? I say, sure. I don't mind teaching you. To be honest, I would like to teach people for free. Then they can just automatically get what they needed from me and they are successful. It doesn't work that way. As much as I wish I could just say, here you go. This is a gift. People are not going to truly take action unless they have some skin in the game. Whatever that skin in the game is can be dependent on the person, their situation, but typically it's going to be my coaching fee. So whether you get a program or if you do an hour session or if you do an executive coaching program, if you're a top level executive, you are going to have some skin in the game, and there's going to be different levels. Some people are going to have a pain point at $10. Some people are going to have a pain point at $100,000. So it just depends on where you are mentally. What is your skin in the game? It's an aspect of awareness. It's an aspect of gratitude. I'm going to say this last thing because it's important for people to understand this when it comes to skin in the game, being successful. We think we know more than we know. And so when you get yourself a coach and they help you along the way, they're going to ask questions. They're going to give you exactly what you need to take the next steps. When you start off or when you want to start off, I can almost guarantee you're probably not in a financial stable place and you probably don't want to invest in yourself or invest in someone to help you. That's going to be the roadblock. That's going to be the barrier. But for the people who say, you know what, maybe I can do a payment now, payment later, and they grow from there. What happens is they learn everything that they need to know. They have the skin in the game. They're more ambitious and they're ready and they're willing to do the extra effort, go the extra mile. Not many people will go even an extra step because there's no skin in the game. They look around the table. They see the food that they didn't cook. They say thank you for the food, but they're not truly appreciative to that food. They feel entitled to that food. It's an interesting mindset, especially in our world today. Entitlement has run rampant and awareness has run dry. So we need to open our eyes and start to realize exactly what we should be looking at in life. Not just the good and the bad, but everything else in between. The things that are just okay. The things that are just enough. Because what is good for you, what is just enough for you, can be someone else's dreams, can be someone else's aspiration. So you're living someone else's life, but yet you are not willing to live the life that you want. Think about that. You want something great in your life and you're living someone else's great life right now. You're able to listen to this podcast. You're able to take action. You're able to be a different person if you choose to be. So what's stopping you? What's stopping you from achieving your goals and your true success? What's stopping you from being the person you are destined to be? What's stopping you from helping others and understanding that people are good? What's stopping you from looking at your life and being grateful for the small things and the big things? What's stopping you from making the changes that's going to give you the alignment for a better tomorrow? We are here, revenconcepts.com. Check us out. If you are looking for coaching, if you're looking for a new opportunity for greatness in your life, reach out to us. As always, my name is Michael Rearden. I'm a mindset coach. If you have any questions, you can email me coachinginsession@gmail.com, and I'll see everyone on the next episode of Coaching in Session. Until then, everyone take care.